India in shock and mourning tonight as it searches for answers. Just hours ago, an Air India plane crashed in the western city of Ahmedabad minutes after taking off. 242 people were on board the Boeing 7878 Dreamliner headed to London. Earlier reports suggested that there may have been survivors, but the latest report from authorities says possibly there are none. The plane issued a mayday call before plunging into a civilian area near the airport perimeter. India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi has offered his support to those affected, saying he is in touch with ministers and authorities on the ground. Air India said amongst the passengers, 169 were Indian nationals, 53 British, 7 Portuguese, and a single Canadian. And Rebecca Bundhun joins us live from Mumbai and Olly Barratt as well from London. Rebecca, let's start with you. What's the latest in Ahmedabad, where the plane flew from?
Yes, there's been an emergency response that's been underway near the airport, in that residential airport where the plane crashed. Shortly after taking off, it appears that it reached 600 feet. It was struggling to reach altitude and then crashed with a massive fire breaking out as well. So that meant that firefighters had to work for hours to try to bring that under control, as well as visuals which show people being taken to hospital. Those reports coming through now that at least 30 bodies have been recovered. It's understood that there were 242 people on that plane going from Ahmedabad in Gujarat to London Gatwick. It's a very popular route. We've heard from the aviation ministry in India, the aviation minister saying that he's personally monitoring the situation. The airline Air India describing this as a tragic accident, but saying that its efforts have really been focused on the emergency response and supporting that. Air India also almost immediately opened up an emergency centre and a call line for relatives of relatives trying to find out if what happened to their family on that plane potentially.
All right, Rebecca, part of this emergency response, so dealing with questions, immediate rescue and search on the ground, what are the many efforts that authorities in India, what are they doing in managing this disaster as it happens?
Yes, that's right. I mean, it was really the situation just looks so extreme with that, the huge plumes of smoke billowing, firefighters rushing to the scenes, also ambulances, and really efforts coming from the very top. We've heard from Prime Minister Narendra Modi as well, who said that he was stunned and saddened by the incident. This is something that's taken place in his home state of Gujarat. Also, the aviation ministry as well, really directing these efforts, Air India, to getting involved to try to support the efforts that have been underway. But it's understood that some 24 ambulances went to the scene, of course, firefighters as well. The other concern is that this has happened in a residential area. The airport is on the outskirts of the city. This is Gujarat's most populous city, and the plane crashed into a residential area. It's understood that it may have hit a student hostel as well, and there may have been some loss of life there, according to reports.
Thanks for that, Rebecca. Let's head to Olly Barratt now. Olly, that plane leaving Ahmedabad, as Rebecca mentioned, it was headed for London Gatwick, and you are at Gatwick. And Gatwick, several hours earlier, confirmed that the plane, had it taken off safely, would have landed at 18:25 p.m. local time at London Gatwick. What's the situation like at the airport?
Yeah, that's right. And that's about 5 hours or so from now that this plane would have been due to land here at London Gatwick, one of the British capital's major international airports. We've had an updated statement as well from Gatwick Airport in the last few moments, which says we can confirm that flight AI-171 that was involved in an accident on departure from Ahmedabad Airport was due to land at 18:25 BST. The Boeing 7878 aircraft had 242 passengers and crew members on board, so confirming the details that we've heard elsewhere. The airport saying Gatwick is liaising closely with Air India, a reception centre for relatives of those aboard. As you say, the plane would have been due to land here in 5 hours or so from now, so it may not be that many friends or family or relatives have come to the airport at this time, but they may be making their way here given that there is that support centre being set up by the airport.
Apologies, Ollie, I lost you for a moment there, but we did get you back in the last 10 to 15 seconds. I think I heard you mention what we are seeing right now and the breakdown of the passengers on board from Air India, 242 passengers, 12 crew members. Of that, 53 are British nationals. That would suggest there's considerable reaction on the ground at London Gatwick.
Yeah, absolutely right. And the UK Foreign Office has made it clear that it is setting up support centres here in London, but also in India as well. It is in touch with Indian authorities and offering any support that it can give. We've heard from Keir Starmer, the UK Prime Minister, who says that the scenes from Ahmedabad are devastating. He says he's being kept updated as the situation evolves. UK Foreign Secretary David Lammy says he's deeply saddened. The UK High Commission in India says it's working with local authorities to urgently establish the facts and provide support. We're told by Buckingham Palace that King Charles has been informed and is being kept updated because of those 53 British nationals on board. And we've also been getting reaction from local MPs in parts of the UK that have large numbers of Indian background.
All right, apologies again, breaking up that line from Olly Barratt, who was standing by for us at London's Gatwick Airport. And earlier, Rebecca Bundhun reporting from Mumbai.